I'm going to need to write functions that not just pass values, that will also return a value. So I'm going to use and combine a couple of the things we've been working on and show you how that works. So I'm going to define a constant. And then I'm going to declare my main method. And I'm going to assign or get input from a user on what the radius of something is. So I'm going to have radius So we'll display just radius and a question mark. This is not the most user-friendly statement, but I'm trying to leave room writing on the board. So I have gotten this value. And if I have a def calculate, I can call it, and I'm going to have r as my variable here. It's allowed to have a single letter be your variable. So I can call, I'm going to have area, so we're creating a variable, equals calculate, and we're going to send it radius. So we're sending it radius, which is stored in the value r, which we don't have to redeclare or do anything with. We can just calculate it, and we can do return and then in parentheses I'm going to have pi, well actually I'm going to, pi, and to make it clearer, because we're going to do r squared, I could do the r and the exponent, or I could do r times r, which is squaring it. And we could do this as a separate line and assign it to a variable, or we can just return the answer. So what will happen if we step through the logic is that we will go through main, we'll call main. We would have had to do main, open and close parentheses to call it. But when we get into the logic, we're going to get radius from our user, convert it to an int. We're going to set a variable named area that will call the function calculate, and we'll pass it radius. So then we get to calculate. Radius is stored in the variable r, and then we're going to use it in this equation, and we'll return the value, and we'll return the value of that equation, and it will be stored here in area. This is a very common, simplified type of thing. Python also has a unique ability where you can return more than one value. If we wanted to, we could have another option return. This isn't a really good example for it, but if we had wanted to calculate random numbers or something, we could pass them up, and then we would have random, not particular, we don't want to use random because that was already assigned. So we'll just do, we'll do shape name. It doesn't make a huge amount of sense, but it will work. So we'll do shape, comma, area, and here I can return, we can return, we'll change this. And returning values works just like passing them in your variables. So I could return, I could create a variable, area, and it doesn't matter that we're reusing this because it's out of scope. This is a different one, it can't see that. So we can have area equals pi times r times r. And then we can have, we can return circle, comma, area. And those will return in the same order. This should have been tabbed in under here, but it will return in that order. So you can return more than one value, just like you can pass more than one value, though that should have been tabbed in.